Alright, today we're gonna take a look at this V4 again. Not to be redundant, I know you guys have seen this already. But we need to figure out why it's humming like it's humming bad. So we replaced the cabs, we replaced the power cord. Now we've got. Oh wow, what is that? When did that start? Oh my god. Alright, I turned it on a second time. Turn the reverb down. Reverb seems to be causing the crazy amount of hum. This reverb's not working anymore. Alright, so we got our work cut out for us. That's for sure. Let's get this thing on the bench and see what we can do. Alright. You know what we're going to do first is ensure there's no high voltage. I'm going to go ahead and lift this gently. Alright, take that away. Look at that. It's kind of interesting. Let me make sure you can see this. I just noticed this, the lettering on this. It's like an old piece of sheet metal was used. Isn't that interesting? Alright, filter cap time. Light came on for a minute. And we'll go ahead and get these. Not a lot of charge. Go back, take a look at the reverb here. This was working when we put it back together, so let's just check the solder joints. Alright, what we're probably going to have to do this time is actually flip this over and get at some of the capacitors and resistors, but I'm going to do a little research first before we begin. Alright, now that we have it open, let me just do some general chopsticking. Ensure the indicator lights are on. Alright, got our chopstick. I'm going to try switching the leads for the hell of it. Alright, that didn't work. Alright, this is not doing shit, so. Alright, so the solder joints here, I reflowed them. Anyway, let's try plugging a guitar. The hum seems much more subdued, but you can hear a hum in the background for certain. Alright, here is the guitar hooked up to it. Let's see what we get. We do have reverb. Alright, so the noisy ass hum is gone, which is fantastic. And the reverb works. So I didn't think it was going to be that easy. I was about to start pulling capacitors. And interestingly enough, when I tap these tubes, the hum gets worse and then better. Oh God. What the hell just happened? What just happened? I have have no idea what just changed. Oh, now it's going away again. What the? Alright, enough of that. Alright, so we're looking for C15 and C23. Those are the bias caps, and I might also use my other capacitors to put in some of the other replace some of the other polarized ones, but I don't know, they may be working fine. Anyway, there's C15 and there's C23. So once again, let us discharge the mighty voltage. Alright, we've got this new tool, this new desoldering tool, and I've just noticed that the lead is not long enough, so I'm actually lifting my surge protector off the ground with my foot currently. So that's interesting. Look at that. That works like a champ. Wow. Amazing. Alright. Excellent. Alright. Now let's go from underneath and retrieve those. Look at those old Magnavox tubes. I mean, they still work. Made in USA. Very cool. Alright, so we need to get this guy open. Alright, so there's C15 and C23. These guys should come out. Look how easy that was. That's excellent. Let's open the reverb area up here and see what we can see. Alright, let's see what these guys look like. So we do have the value for that tropical fish, so I'm going to go ahead and replace it just in case, because I know the hum's in the reverb circuit. Take these tubes out very gently. Alright, all the tubes are out, so we're going to move everything out of the way. Get this thing turned back right ways up. Just wish I had a chassis stand, man. Good, there's one transformer. Now we get the other block. Alright, good 2x4s, man. Alright, we got it. Now, the more I look at some of these solder joints, they don't look good. So I'm going to reflow a little bit. Okay, C15 and C23. Okay, there's one. Very good. Some of you would definitely call this blasphemy, but we've created an 11 microfarad, 100 volt, and I could easily replace the electrolytics now with these guys. Not that that would look the best, but I believe it would function. But right now, I'm going to replace the coupling capacitors because I have all the values, and if there's any DC getting in there, it could create noise. So I'm just going to shotgun them. Why not? Alright, well, you can definitely say I went a little overboard in replacing all the coupling capacitors. Also replaced one polarized capacitor related to the reverb circuit here with my series. So we'll see how that works. I'm going to flip it over, get the old capacitors out of here because they just dropped in and fell. Button it up and then test. Alright, we got it buttoned up, so now it's time to flip it over and put the power tubes in. Alright, children, let's see if this thing makes sound. I don't hear any hum yet. Reverb's working good. Well, appears to have worked. There's a little bit of a buzz on the reverb. The reverb does sound stronger now. That reverb noise is still bothering me. I thought we got rid of that. Alright, I found something with the reverb circuit after getting shocked. So for the input side, we have DC coming through. So it looks like we don't, but let's go ahead and shut the amp off. And look at that. I mean, there's definitely... that can't be normal. Let's turn the amp on. Ready? Alright. Look at that. It's got, for a brief second, it has over 100 volts on it. Now it's got negative voltage. Now as the tubes warm up, that can't be right. That can't be right. Alright, so I found out that the DC on the input is actually normal. I'm not sure the science behind it, but I've read on a few forums that it is, and that the input should be covered when you take this chassis apart, because it did bite me a couple times. I can't get rid of the hum all the way, and it seems like there's a pretty good hum on both the reverb and the mid-range control. Or it's more like a buzz, right? But I do think it's 60 cycle. And I've replaced many components, and I think it just has something to do with the grounding scheme. I'll continue to research into the future, but as of right now, I think this thing's ready to get back in the cabinet, and that might even help with it a little bit, who knows. Alright, so I just wouldn't let it go, which is one of my traits, so I shotgunned. I just kept shotgunning everything. So it's got all new coupling cap. Every coupling cap has been changed. Every cathode bypass cap has been changed. And the electrolytics have been changed. And what really, that reduced the hum. And then C16 over here, that's connected to the full wave rectifier diodes. Full wave rectifier. That really got the hum down. So that looked pretty old. I'll show you what it looked like. This guy right here. This was the only capacitor in the amp that was like this, and this is also what they used to use in the Geminis. I've seen some early V4s that have all caps like this, but there is only one cap like this in this particular amp. So I think as Magnavox started taking over, a lot of the old parts were used at first, and then they got rid of them. It still hums a little bit, but it's nowhere near where it was. So, alright, I just want to say that I've got it working perfectly now. First of all, I want to say that this thing has never been open, except for by me. My dad has had it since 1970. He's never had it serviced. He's never changed a tube in it. So 2022 is the first year this has ever been open, as far as I know, unless it was and my dad bought this new. So interestingly enough, I found out that the main source of this hum was that the reverb tank was totally backwards. Thanks to some guys on the internet, we talked through it, and that was the cause of the sound. So, it works great. It's quiet as a mouse. Reverb's all the way up right now. No sound. Alright, we got it buttoned up, and we're gonna do something a little different. I know you guys have already seen me play this amp, but it just feels wrong to end a repair video without the cherry on top. So, here's a little something.